that's my cup, sorry. There's right here in a nice festive, I know it's not really festive, but to me it's like a really festive mug in my cabinet. You have the little red house, the gold almost reefing, but it's a nice hot cup of cocoa. I know the temperature has been dropping. We're like in the 20s already, but I'll go ahead and set that right next to you on the coaster. And because I don't have any baked goods, I do have some Biscoff cookies, but we will absolutely get into some baking, okay? I know. It has been so long, and I do hope that you'll forgive me. I was on holiday for a little bit. I just came back from Paris, and I did get some goodies, but one of them I'll be using today as well. It's one of the moisturizers. It's the Embryolisse La Cream Concentrate, and I've heard so many good things about it, so we'll be using that on you today. And I picked up a mini just for you, so you could try it out. And if you like it, we'll have to go back. Okay. But yeah, we're gonna be doing your fall makeup. I mean, it wouldn't have been a proper year without me doing your autumn makeup. Now would it? No, but we have nice hot cocoa, some lotus cookies, and I have, I picked out, some things I feel like you might like, some new things, some favorites, or some classics between you and me. So we're just gonna have a grand old time. Of course, I put the heat on just a little bit. It is 20 degrees out, so I did put the heat on, but not too hot. But yeah, we have everything all set up. But as Black Friday is approaching, I do want to do a quick mention that tonight's video is ever so kindly sponsored by Raycon. So, you guys, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, they're all sneaking up on us. Once again, the holidays, the cool weather, so what better to start your holiday gift buying and list writing than with Raycon. So here I have the Essential Open Earbuds, and these are great for having wonderful audio while remaining aware of your surroundings. So for me, these work best when I'm baking. So it tends, when I'm baking, I like to listen to some music, whether it be like baking music, like some playlist I find, or just write my regular music. But with that, you do want to know when the oven's preheated or the KitchenAid is just yet set. So these are absolutely great for that. So with Raycon, they're doing a Black Friday and Cyber Monday deal where you could get up to 30% off your purchase site-wide. So, Raycon's Essential Open Earbuds keep your ears open while still delivering crystal clear sound. They sit just outside your ear, so whether you're baking up a storm or going for an autumn walk, be sure that you can know what's happening around you without losing out on music or your podcast or your favorite baking playlist. They're lightweight and all-day comfortable. And not to mention, they have a 36-hour battery life. So, no need to charge every day. And here, they have 8 hours for the earbuds and 36 hours for the case. So you could be listening all day without skipping a beat. No pun intended, guys. These early deals won't last long, so be sure to shop now. Feel free to check the description box or visit buyraycon.com/simplyasmropen for 30% off just like this, like that, and we're going to cover, let's see, with a thin layer, and it will appear a little bit, this color, more white, and then it clears up to a more transparent cream, and that's when we massage it in. So, I'm just going to warm that up a little bit so it's not too chilly. So go ahead, and it's okay, I touch you and get a little up close. Okay, just wanted to make sure. I know it's been a minute, but here we go. There we go. We have your forehead, nose. Alright, let's do your cheeks. Your beautiful cheeks. We have 1 and 2. Let me do a quick temple massage, okay? There we go. Really massage it in, and feel free to take a deep breath. There we go. Let's use the excess for the chin and the décolleté. And a little goes a long way to help keep your skin super hydrated. And again, I've used it a couple times so far, especially before makeup, and I feel like it's made quite a nice difference. Instead of using a primer, it's uber hydrating. Alright, and then I'm just gonna get right here, just to make sure that I got every area possible. We don't want any dryness, especially with the weather getting sub 30 now. Very nice. But we're basically at 0 Celsius, so it's pretty chilly out. But don't worry, we have a nice warm hot cocoa. The heat's on, and if you need any extra blankets, or pillows or pajamas, just let me know, okay? Of course, I want to make you feel at home and loved and cared for, and it's really been a minute since I've been able to do that, so I apologize, but I am so ever grateful to be here with you tonight. Alright, let that sit just a little bit around the skin. It'll help really hydrate. Yeah, so in the meantime, let's see, I just want to make sure I brought everything in case I have to go into the other room. We have our eyelash curler, we have our foundation, blush. Do we have blush? We do. I'm going for a more muted, slightly warmer blush, not, on the full peach spectrum, but just a little bit more neutral, warm for the autumn look, a darker lip, and we do have some fun eyeshadows that we could play with to kind of give that really nice warm look. Again, more neutral. I don't want to go too warm, but just that cozy makeup look. Yeah. Okay. So I think that it's set in really nicely, actually. And look, so plump. It's really great. And this little thing, you don't even need a lot, especially before makeup, and it's lovely. Some people use so much beforehand, but I found just even the short feel free to have some of your hot cocoa. Let me know if it's too hot. I got it really, really hot when you arrived because I knew we would just be chatting forever. Okay, let's do here and work our way outward. Work our way outward. Okay, I'm just gonna go more for the temples, and I since we're in the powder mood, we're gonna go over just ever so gently the T-zone. Okay, so we have, again, the best of both worlds, where we have a little bit of matteness, some glow on the cheeks, all that. So, let's get just a little bit more. And go. I have to tell you, you know what I've been like wrapped up into is I've never really watched American Horror Story, but I did recently start Coven. Like, I watched the first one maybe 8 years ago, or however long ago, and I don't know, something about like the same characters changing. I know a lot of shows don't do that, which is like innovative, but I don't know. I think when I first watched it, I was like, I want them to continue the first, not like switch it up. But either way, I started Coven, and the plot is just getting thicker and thicker, so I just keep watching. But definitely a autumnal series, I think, in general. But if you've seen it before, let me know your favorite season. I know there's like Hotel and Asylum and Circus or something, Coven. But if that's your stick, I would definitely say it's like, what's it called? Like a TV-14 moment. Like, it's definitely like, you know, up there in terms of rating, just because it's like it's very Halloween-y, right? But still, nice show to kind of just like have on in the background. But yeah, that's been kind of my Halloween. I didn't get around to my typical movies like Edward Scissorhands and Halloween Town and Twitches. I don't know. I think it was because I was probably away, that I just was busy, you know, doing everything abroad. But what's it called? But those movies are so always near and dear to my heart. Halloween Town 2 and the 3 and all that. But yeah, why don't we do a little bit of blush and then we'll move on to the eyes. Yeah, okay, we'll use the same powder blush, but this is the one I was talking about where it's not too warm. But this is the NYX Buttermelt blush in the shade Butter Together, or BNBL02 Soft Pink. So it's just something very gentle. It's not over the top. Let's see if I can open it. There we go. So again, very, very neutral. I kind of want more of the drama or the sultriness to be with the eyes and the lips. So the blush will kind of keep a little muted, okay? So with the same brush, let's do, yes, just a small little pink, very soft, and it's not too pigmented. It definitely has pigment, but we'll blend it out, okay? So I'm just gonna put it a bit on the apples of the cheeks. And on the flight to Paris, I watched Wicked for the first time. And honestly, I am so glad, because if I watched that a year ago and then I had to wait for the second one to come out, I wouldn't be able to do that. So I'm really glad it's coming out this month. And Stranger Things too, my goodness. Very heavy media month. But yeah, I'm glad that flight was so long. But worth it. But the movie, yeah, I just watched Wicked, and I was like, ooh, love it. I haven't seen it. And I think I even brought that up to you as well. to stick with some of the taupes, kind of this row here, to kind of just give you a little bit of that fall, you know, shush. So I would say we'll start with this one right here, kind of for your lid. And then we'll do a defining crease, a little brow bone, all done. Nothing too complicated, okay? So let's do a nice wash of color. Just a nice wash of color. Just pack it on. There we go. Let me pick up a little bit more product. We did this shade. This one right here before I forget. Okay. So again, just really setting that into your lid and packing it on. And the concealer added a little bit of grit, so the eyeshadow has something to stick to. And for the crease, this one's also a great brush for that as well. I would say we'll go into maybe a deeper. I was using this one, maybe. Are you feeling this one or this one? Maybe a little mix. Yeah, like a 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Perfect. Alright, we'll blend this out effortlessly, okay? Right there. And you have gorgeous lids for eyeshadow. I mean, truly. It's absolutely stunning. Okay. So same for this eye, okay? So if you don't mind just looking down ever so slightly, just to make sure that the crease matches this side. And just in case you were wondering, this is the Morphe shading brush, not Morphe, the Real Techniques in, oh, that is small, 107. My goodness, you need a monocle for that one. But, okay, let's blend this one out. Blend it out. Perfect. Now, just with my finger, I'm going to do a little bit of the cream as kind of a brow bone. So, we'll go into kind of like this shade right here. So, just, there we go. Just a little bit, ever so slightly, okay? So, just a little bit, okay? But yeah, like the Wicked soundtrack is like in my head right now. But your eyes are gorgeous, okay? I even saw a comment, oh my goodness. It like had me rolling my eyes, or how would you call that? Or just like laughing at it. It was Cynthia's hat. Like someone found her hat and then kept it, and like one of the comments, what was it? It was like the concept of someone else having Cynthia's hat in their house, and it was like the I loved that. And she's so sweet, you know, to like give it back, like when she has it or whatever, but that really got me today. And also too, I was abroad when like the heist was happening, and I wanted to see those jewels, but it's okay. But that was kind of fun. It was eventful. I mean, not, but, I mean, yeah, that's not good, but, yeah, I asked the lady, I said, bonjour madame, parlez-vous l'anglais? And she said, oui. So then I said, can I go in there? She said no. It's a closed shop at the Louvre. But that's okay. So let's comb your eyebrows, and then we'll do the mascara and lip. Yeah, mascara and lip. Yes, gorgeous. So I'm just gonna tilt this just so slightly, and we're going to brush you did these. Stunning. I have to say, incredible work. Incredible work. No, absolutely stunning. You have the most gorgeous eyebrows. I don't even have to do anything. I don't have to fill them in. Just brush them and they look stunning and done. Incredible. So, let's go ahead and curl your lashes. And thank you for reminding me. I didn't forget. Okay, so let's go ahead and curl them. And we'll apply a little bit of my favorite mascara. We could go onto the lip, okay? So I'm just gonna get a little bit up close and hold it. Just gonna make sure I'm holding it here, okay? So I'm just gonna click it once or twice. There we go. It's, you know what, let me tell you something. It is so great that your eyelashes kind of go horizontal, like mine go straight down. So you don't need that much when curling, which is so great. It makes it super easy, and especially this kind of shape matches your eyelid. Like, sometimes it can be tricky to get an eyelash curler that fits your eye shape, but this one fits quite well for you, which is great. I know you've tried a couple, so that's really great. Okay, and do 1, and 2, 3. Okay, gorgeous. Now while they're still up, let's do a little bit of mascara. I know this is one of your favorite parts. This is the Big Mood. I've used this with you all the time. This is, yes, the e.l.f. Big Mood. Waterproof in black. I'm not sure if they have a brown for the waterproof, but if they do, we'll have to try that out. And I just got a fresh one just for you, okay? So don't you worry. Feel free to take this home. You could leave it here so when I do your makeup, it's always there. But we did that last time in that one, you know, like tried out. And we finished it, which was great. Which made me so happy that we used up all that mascara for having our, you know, sleepovers or doing your makeup. It just, it's kind of nice, you know. So I'm going to take off the excess because we don't want too much. It's way easier to build up than take away, especially with mascara. So, go ahead, okay, and blink for me. Okay, very good. Blink. Blink. Okay, wait. Blink. I'm gonna go on the outer corner a bit. So a bit more on an angle, alright? Blink. 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 Beautiful. Let's get just a little bit more for the second eye. And wipe off any excess. But that just looks stunning, I have to say. It really does. Okay, so same thing. Blink. 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 I'm going to get the ends on that one just a little bit more so they're more evenly coated. Okay, so blink, blink, blink. Alright, and for the bottom lashes, I like to use the opposite side. So there's like not too much product. So if you don't mind, just look up really quickly so I could get the bottom lashes. Like so. 1, 2, 3. And I tend to do kind of here out versus like the whole under eye. Okay, and same thing, look up. And I'm just gonna do 1, 2, 3. Voila. glasses on. Okay. Now that you are looking absolutely stunning as you did before, let's add a nice little soft autumn lip, which is a perfect shade. So I know it looks super dark, but we're going to use just a little bit. I'm wearing it today, and it just deepens your natural lip tone, like one shade. If you do a little bit more, it's two. But it's so great. It's neutral. It'll really go well with this look too. And your jumper is stunning too. So, and the best part too is that this is the e.l.f. Glow Reviver Melting Lip Balm in Java Chip, and it smells just like a mocha, cortado, espresso, or just, a mocha. Alright, so I'm gonna apply just a little bit here. Alright, so before I do too much, just massage your lips together. See if you need a little more. So the mirror's right here. Do you want a little bit more, or you like where that's at? Just a little bit. Okay. It's really nice, and it could be super subtle, but I wanted to ask beforehand before going too heavy. Okay, here we go. There we go. Absolutely stunning. Okay. Alrighty. I think that is all set for your makeup. You look so gorgeous. I have to say, out of all the seasons, this one fits you so nicely. All the other ones are beautiful on you as well, but these tones are gorgeous. It just makes your eyes pop, and I love it. I love it. And the blush is the perfect amount. It's not too much. But yeah, what do you think? What was your favorite kind of product here? You liked the cream. I know, it's a nice feeling. Yeah, you are just absolutely stunning. I really have to say. But do you want a little extra cup of tea? Or do you want another hot cocoa? I still have whipped cream and all that, don't worry. I know, I put a little cinnamon, we could do that. I don't have the candy canes yet for the peppermint mocha. That will be later. But for now, we do have the regular hot cocoa. I could do chamomile. I know it's kind of late in the night, so yeah. Alrighty, absolutely. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get a little midnight snack. But I can bring you some chocolate I got from Europe, as well as some extra hot cocoa. How does that sound? That sounds good. Alright, do you want milk or dark? Or both? I'll bring you both so you could try them, okay? No, it is the creme de la creme of chocolate. You have to try it. Yeah, they're just little itty bitty squares, so it's really good for tasting as well. Yeah, it's not a bar, just a little bit. They're called mignonette. Yeah. Okay, let me get that alongside a nice cup of hot cocoa. Do you want mini marshmallows or jumbo? Both is the right answer, actually. No, but I'll do both. I'll do jumbo under the whipped cream, mini on top of the whipped cream, with a little cinnamon